Okay, it's now we are recording. Okay, so variable names, okay, item ordered. So the purpose of this variable is to hold the number of items ordered. Okay. So identifier rules. So you must follow the rules for the names. Okay. The first character of an identifier must be an alphabetic character and all either using underscore. So the first alphabet must be alphabetic character or either underscore. You cannot go for 1, 2, 3, the numbers. You cannot go for symbols. No. Okay. Okay, you can go for the capital letter, small letter, but it is sensitive for the capital letter. Okay, and lower capital letter. So after the first character, you may use alphabetic characters, numbers, or underscore. So after the first first character, you can use 1, 2, 3. You can use underscore, but still no symbols. For names, no symbols allowed. Like normally we want to put symbols in our password, right? But for this, no. Variable names, no symbols allowed. Only underscore can. Upper and lower case are distinct. Means what? When you put when you put the name, you put example number 1. You put N is in uppercase. But then the next one you forgot. You put the lower case, which is the small letter lah. And then it will become two different things. It will not become the same identifier. It's upper and lower case sensitive. You get what I mean? It becomes two different identifier. Okay, cannot. Okay, so this is some of the errors that students used to make lah. When you remember you type the capital and then the next one you forgot. Then it will error lah. Okay, so this is a summary for the rules of naming variables. Okay, explanation. So variable names should start either with letter or underscore. Okay, so this is the first. It must be letter or either underscore. Nothing than that can be the first. The remaining character can consist letter, numbers, and underscore. So for example, you can see this one consists underscore, this one consists 1, 2, 3, the numbers can. Okay, should not made of reserved word or contain any symbol. So like this N is a reserved word, so you cannot use it. Password N, you see this one, we have symbols here, also cannot. Once you put all these arrows, may not contain spaces of naming variable names. Okay, so no space. You cannot have space. You have the keyboard, you can put spacing, right? But for names, cannot have spacing. So when you do the test 1, test 2, if your name accidentally you put spacing, I will give you wrong. Bang. Okay, cannot. Not valid since has space between the total and space. So it must be together, or either you put underscore. You can put total cells, but no space in the middle, or either you can put underscore like this. Okay, name are case sensitive with uppercase and lowercase. Okay, so for example, you name one variable as total sales. Small letter, it's not same with total sales. You put this, you see, the uppercase. This and this are different things. It becomes different because this one is case sensitive. Okay, so okay, so for example, this is sometime when the test or quiz will come out, the questions like this lah. Okay, for example, this total sales, is it valid? It is, because nothing wrong. Okay, it start with the alphabetic and then no symbols, no space, it's okay, and then not the keywords. Total sales, this one also correct because only have underscore. But total dot sales cannot because dot is considered as symbol. So cannot. And then this one start with the digit numbers. So cannot. It will also errors. So total sales. This one also not valid because it include a symbol. Okay. So data types, we have actually many data types. Okay. So numeric data type, we have integer, float that we always see. This one long is for the long one, and then complex they have the I and something. Normally we use this integer and float lah. Complex seldom used. Okay, but you need to know that there is a data type means complex. Okay, and then character data type is string inside the quotation mark. Okay, string, which is called str, or either when you want to get some name from the user, then you need to put str. This one will have example. Bool data type is true or false, 1 or 0. Okay, this is a Boolean data type. Okay, so plain integer or positive or negative whole numbers. Okay, integer. Integer is only for numbers without decimal points. It can be positive, it can be negative, that's it. Assign for suitable variable applications such as number of students. Students, you will not have this decimal points, right? Students, people, we are all whole. One person, one student, two student, three student. We will not have 1.5, 2.5. Okay? Number of cars. Cars also the same thing. You have 1 car, 2 car. You don't have 0.3 car. It's come with integer. Okay? It will not have decimal points. That's why we have integer type or either floating type. Okay, so for long, example, long integer with infinite size. So similar with integer, except they are followed by the letter L. Okay, 10L, negative 10L. Float represent the real numbers like 12.45, negative 3.8, stored in a form similar to scientific notations. Okay, it will have like 6.022 E, 23, for example. Okay. E is a 10 times what? When you use a calculator, sometimes it will show you this result, right? When the decimal point is too long. Okay, so it will also store like this in the scientific notation in the form of it. So all floating points number are signed. Okay. So data type, another one is a string, XDR. Okay, so this one you can practice also because when you want to ask something, you can ask this. So let me open the coding. Wait, is it here? Let me check. Wait, when I want to open this, it's always slow. Okay, so you can do this first. Try to type it so you can keep it. This one we never try it yet for the string data type. Okay. So when you type this, it will print this. Okay. So everyone follow me. You type this, only one enough. So whole. Okay, everyone, you try to type this. Put down your hand first, and then once you complete, you raise up your hand as usual, so I can know that everyone completed or not. So I will not go once. I will not proceed if no, you still have student not yet done. Dr. Nicholas is asking if anyone still want to buy the book, then he shall open again for the next page. So if anyone want, you can tell me in the chat box for the module. Okay, type this first, take your time. Okay, so few more. Omar, have you done?
Still Dr. I'm doing it.
Everyone now already have the code, have this, and if don't have this, I don't know. I will going to what I'm going to say. So sure you have this one, huh? Next class we will go into deeper and deeper and deeper. Today is already all the basic. We will finish it. Then next week we will go to chapter 5, which is the selections. We will finish it within few more weeks for all the syllabus. Then you will only focus on the project. Okay. If not able to finish today, then we can continue next week for this. When is the test? Maybe we would not having finished all by today because we can continue next week. I don't think we can finish it. Okay, so mostly have done. Elizabeth, you haven't done yet? Oh, you have two. Ni Muhammad, who is this? Huh? Okay. Abdi Riza, have you done? Abdi Nasir? Nuraisha? Okay, so I explain this. So you can see that from this, state is equal to string input enter state. Okay, so how you going to store something when you want to get the input as for the string, for the alphabets and anything? Like you want to ask the name from the user. So what is your name? Let's say the user want to key in the name. You need to use str. Okay, you want to ask the information like what is your metric card number? You need to use str. You cannot use float because the user key in is string, right? You want to ask name, address, and anything. So this is all you need to use str string. So print state is, okay, in the quotation mark means you want to print state is, and then you call the state that being keyed in by the user. So it will come out Johor. What sound is this? Let me mute. Okay. So you see this state, you already assign state is equal to Singapore. Here you no need to assign anything. As I said, the program will auto select the type of the data. Okay, if you didn't assign it before that. Okay, so print state, so it will print Singapore. So that's it for the string. Then we proceed. Okay, wait. Mana dia pergi? Okay, so let me continue the slide. I forgot you guys are fasting. Have I just now drink in front of you guys? Oh, astaga, what I did. Sorry, yeah.
It's okay, Doctor.
They want class. I forgot. Later I will go inside other places to drink. Wait, let me open the slide again. My computer today is just want to protest me. What's wrong? It's hanging again. I want to hide the presentation. Okay. My PowerPoint is closing. Oh my God, what my PowerPoint doing? Wait a minute. Let me open the PowerPoint again. This morning my computer is okay, but now suddenly my computer just don't want to listen to me. Wait. Oh, wait for it to be open. What's wrong with you? Just don't want to open. Everyone, wait a minute. You can go to toilet if you want. Or if you want to rest. It's open. But it's PDF. Let me scroll. Wait a minute. Okay, let me change to open the PDF. Okay. The PowerPoint just don't want to listen to me. Okay, so here we have the bool data type, which is the true and false. This one you will use it a lot when at the repetition repetition control structure. So represent the value that are true or false. So bool variables are stored in the small integer. False is 0. True is 1. Remember you listen a lot 1 0 1 0 0 1, the matrix one. So 1 is true, 0 is false. Okay, so variable assignments. So an assignment statement use the assignment operators. So this is assignment operators, okay, to store a value into a variable. So let's say you want to store number 12 for items. So item equal to 12. Okay, so this statement assign the values 12 to the items variables. The variable receiving the values must appear on the left side of the operators. So you want to assign 12 to item, you cannot assign 12 equal to item. Cannot. The variable name must be at the left. The numbers or anything being assigned must be at the right. This is the rules. You cannot change it. Okay? It's already set like this. So go to next slide. So variable initiations. To initiate a variable means to assign it a values and automatically define with appropriate data type. So length equal to 12. So as I said, that Python will assign it the data type according to what you put in. So that's why you no need to declare it. If in C++ you need to declare it. You need to declare, but in Python no need. It's already simplified it. Okay. Pound sign integer data type. This one just a not. Nothing. This will cost nothing. As I said, everything is after the pound sign is considered just not the comments. Okay. So for example, multiple variable assignments in the same line. So you want to assign, just now you assign every time one only, right? One variable at once. But actually you can assign multi variables at one line and even multi data types. Okay, so A, B, C, Q, R, J, X, Y, Z. This one you assign three type of data at 3 variables. Okay, so this is 1 variable, 2 variable, and 3 variables. So number 1, you assign ABC to 20, QRJ you assign to 38.5, and XYZ you assign string literals. So this is multi-assignments. Okay, so you call the variable, you want to check is it correct. So you print ABC, it will come out 20. You print QRJ, it will come out 38.5. You print X, Y, Z, it will come out multi-assignment. Means that you're being successfully assigned the data type for these three in one line. Okay, you can practice at home if you want to type this. Okay, I will skip it. Okay, arithmetic operators. So we also have operators. So operator used to performing numeric calculations. Okay, you need to do calculations. So, okay, this C++ or Python the same because we this one I forgot to edit. Okay, we have unary, binary, and ternary. So the operators, like for example, unary is one operand. Mean by itself you can do the calculation. So this one, for example, is negative lah. Negative is the arithmetic operators. Okay, when you put a negative on 5 means it is negative number, right? Negative 5, negative 10, and so on. And binary, you need two operands. You need A and B. Okay, 13 minus 7 means you have two operands for this operation. Ternary is 3. For example, like EXP, ESP1, ESP2, ESP3, and then you have the operands. More than 2 lah. Okay. So these are the binary arithmetic operators when involving two operators, okay, or three or more. Okay, so symbols, some you are familiar, some you are not. Okay, this one actually I want to use PowerPoint. Let me see this one. How can I open it? Have it or not? Let me see the PowerPoint can open or not. This one I want to draw something. This is more convenient with PowerPoint. Wait a minute. Let me see, can or not. Okay, can open this. Wait, because this is important. Normally we will. Sorry guys, today lecturing is going very slow because my computer is not happy. Okay, so for this one, the first one, you're used to it, right? Addition. Okay, addition plus. Addition. Okay, addition. So for this addition is very common. Okay, it's just same as usual. Where's my mouse? Okay, addition. Subtraction, minus. Okay, it's also normal. Multiplication, you also used to it. Division is you also used to it. Okay, so these are the four basic things. But what is modulus? Okay, modulus is 7 divided by 3 equal to 1. Means what? This is 7 divided by 3. Okay, normally you put 3, 2 is 6, right? And then your remaining one, is it? 7 divided by 3, you get the offer is 1. Isn't it? These two are integer. When integer, when you divide, this one is the leftover. Right? A floating number also can. Modulus means 7 divided by 3. And what is the leftover? So now 7 divided by 3, the leftover is 1. That's what you mean modulus. Okay? So we go to next slide. So this is a closer look. So I have prepared some examples here. Okay? So we go to one by one, is it? Okay? So print integer 13 divided by 5. 13 you divide by 5, right? You get 2, then 10, then left over 3. Integer, you will not get the decimal point number. You will not get 2 point something if you use the calculator. No, because it says integer. So that's why it will come out 2. Okay, when you are having, let's say, any exam or test or quiz, ask you to calculate this, This sometimes come out something like this. You need to use calculator, but you need to also know what you have to take the value. Okay, it's not like directly you press on the calculator, then you can get the answer. No. Okay, you need to be careful. Okay, so number 2, print 91/7. If by default, okay, Python will give you floating number. By default, any numbers, when you key in, that's why it give you 13.0. Even it is integer number, it will show you 0.0. Okay, so 13 divided by 5.0, when the lower range meet the higher range, mean integer is lower than the floating number. Floating number ranking is higher, so it will upgrade to floating number. That's why you get 2.6. 13 divided by 5.0. Just now this one integer, you get 2. But then when it is floating number, you get 2.6. This is the difference. When integer, it will take only the integer number. Even though 2.6, but it will take only 2. It will not become 3. You only take the front. Even though you have 2.95, it will not become 3. You only take 2. Okay? Hey, what is it? Okay, so continue. So we are now at, okay, 90. I don't want the eraser again, wait. Pen. So now we are at 91.0/7. Then what you get? What is the answer you get? You get 13.0 also, because it's floating number. And then 13 modulus of 5. Okay, so now 13 divided by 5, you get 3, right? For modulus, by default is integer. That's why it give you answer 3. The leftover. But then now, you see the next one. 13 modulus 5. 13.0 and 13 divided by 5.0, it will come out 3.0. Because when floating number meet integer, integer will being promoted to floating number. It will have promotion. Okay, that's why it will become 3.0 instead. So this is the trick that I always trick you guys from the marks. If you answer quiz and test, you will be confused with this one. Normally lah. And 13 divided by 5.0 already show you 13 divided by 3.5. Okay, 13 divided by 3.5, what you will get? You try to press calculator, 13 divided by 3.5. 13 13 divided by 2.50. 13, where we are now? Divided by 5.0. You get 2.6. I mean, it's not 13. 2.6 or 2.5? 13 divided by 3.5. Okay. So this one. Okay. We are at here. I confused already. So many numbers. Okay. 13 modulus of 3.5. Then what answer you get here? You get 3. 3 is 10.5. Is it? At 11.5. 7. Oh, my otak is jammed already. How much? If they think 2.5, is it? 10.5. I clean it first. Wait, okay, done, clean. So I can draw again. Okay, 13 divided by 3.5. 3, you get 0.5, left over 2.5. That's why it is 2.5. Okay, and then 13 divided by 6.5, you get 2. So you get 13. You got 0, right? But because here is floating number, so that's why it's 0.0. Okay, 14 modulus of 7, 14 divided by 7, you get 2. So it's 0. But then now it's only 0 because integer and integer. So the number is 0. Okay, this one is tricky. So I explain one to one to you. Okay, so next, go to next slide. Okay, next, program documentation or comment. Okay, so program documentation to provide information about computer programs to another programmer. Write or modify the programs. This is different from user manual, which is written for people who will use the program. Okay, documentation is written inside the same file as the computer program. When you see the program, computer program, you can see the code documentation. So the purpose is to help other programmer understand the program. So what the different parts of the program do, what the sum of it limitation. So basically this is the comment. You want to make comment, so multiple line or single line. So, okay. So the documentation means do not contain construction for the computer to execute, not translate into machine language. Okay, consists information for the reader of the program. So basically, sometimes the programmer will change, right? Okay, so you need to have all the instruction, all the guidance by using the pound sign, okay, as comments inside the programs. So the next programmer, they will know what to do. Okay, so this is it. So for format, you already used before the pound sign. After the pound sign of this, it is the comments. So this is for single line. Okay, so for example, you put text, your text return, this program will only allow you to complete a what. So if you put this one lacking thing is every single line you need to put one pound sign. Every single line you need to put one pound sign. Okay. But if you want to have multiple lines, okay, you can put like this, 3 quotation marks, and then you can start. Okay, you can start your document until the end. So let's say you want to make diary, you want to write a summary, you want to not editing in the program, you don't want anyone to see, you can use this lah. Okay. So this is it. So for example, calculate the rectangular area. So this one, have you done this? Last time you have done one, calculate the length and width, right? So you just open the program and then you add on the round for this one. Round area, comma 2. I open the program for you guys. So wait, let me go to that one. I think it's at the, okay. So this one, what I want to explain is, everything is the same but here. So normally if you put the decimal points, it will not be organized. It will have like very long decimal points where you don't need so much. You normally will use 2 to 3 decimal points, right? So at here, the meaning is round in the bracket area, comma 2. Okay. Here means you want to only round to 2 decimal points. So make it nicer. You only show you 2 or 3, 2 only. So when you have no decimal point, that's why it show you only 1. Okay, so let me open the coding. You need to type this first because I want to ask you to do something. Okay, so everyone, you can type this coding first. Put down your hand. Once you finish, you can do this. Okay, put down your hand first. Who is this? Najiha. Sulaiman, are you done? You do this first. Later, I will ask you to do something.
Yeah, we don't run the lecture.
Huh?
I will run now.
Okay, you do it now.
Yeah, run now.
Are you having another class? Are you having another class?
Yeah.
Why are you having another class? One class.
You mean last class?
What? I mean, what is the sound behind that?
Huh? Hello?
What is the sound behind you?
You know,
The sound.
yeah, one of my friends have a class here.
It's not you having other class. Why it's like so? Are you having two classes at one time?
No, lecture. I don't have two class. One of my friends have another class.
Okay, so don't do that. Even online class, you need to have one time, one class only. So
Yes.
please, everyone do this. Okay, you do this, finish and tell me. I want to drink. That's why I turn off the webcam. Try to do this because next I will ask you to do a little bit more. Let me open that PowerPoint. Yeah. You follow this. Okay, follow this. I want to see the coding. Okay. Okay, mostly done. Are you done? Let me check who done already. Still some not yet done. So make sure you raise up your hand once you completed it. Okay. You need to complete this. I will today. I think the assignment. Will we have assignment? Let me check. Oh, not yet done. Tang, have you done Tang?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, Tang not yet. Abdi Nasir, have you done?
Still I'm writing it.
Okay. Make sure no errors also. Errors normally from typing errors.
Oh, okay.
And beside that, all of you already formed the group and fill up the Excel form. Please make sure you form a group. After this chapter, our test one will until this chapter finish. Chapter 4. Chapter 5 will be in chapter 5, 6 will be in the test 2. Your test will until this chapter. Chapter 1, 2, 3, 4. For test 1. So I will finish it. Maybe I think today cannot finish everything. So next week we are going to finish this chapter. Yeah, this week cannot finish it. Week 5. Okay. Still who not yet? Abdinasir not yet. Mukhtar, have you done Mukhtar?
Doktor.
Anis, yes.
Apa tu? Yang Excel group tu tak boleh nak edit.
Cannot edit mah?
Sebab nak masukkan nama kan?
Hari tu, let me open and take a look. I already set to able to edit, I think. Let me see. My internet is menyebabkan saya rasa geram this internet. Group project. Let me open the file and see. Oh, later I need to make the setting. But last time it's not view, I think. I see. Later I will make a change. If I make a change on the internet, maybe protest me again. Okay. So, okay, I explain this now. Because later you need to add something into the program again. I will ask you to do it. If you already have the slide, you know lah. But I should not give you the slide first, I think. What is it? The coding. Okay. So you can see this is a coding. I'll make it smaller. Okay. Program to calculate area of rectangular. As you see, this is a pound sign, so this will not appear, just the not, okay? So print, you want to have a single line here. This is area and perimeter. This is area calculator. Okay, this is for next. Okay, area calculator. Put the kernel. Run the kernel. Start protest me again. Let me go to that one. Easy. Okay. So this is area calculator of rectangular. So print. So next, you have single line. So length equal to float input, enter length, and then width equal to float input, enter length. Enter width, sorry. So area equal to length times width. After you calculate the area, you want to round it to 2 decimal points. Then you put round area, comma 2. So you will make it, if you have long decimal points, you will only short it, make it short to become 2 decimal points. So the area is, then you call the area out. You call the area out. Because now I only put in 5 and 4 is digital integer number. So that's why the decimal point only 1. But when you have decimal points number, floating number, it will become only 2. Okay? So what you have to do now is, and now the program you need to edit Okay, so now the program is only calculate area, right? So I want you to edit again from the same coding, and then you need to add on to calculate the perimeter. So the program is able to calculate area and then calculate perimeter. Perimeter is equal to two width times two length, right? Okay, so it's this one. Okay, so you need to calculate this. You add on the program to calculate perimeter, two length plus two width. So now your program, you need to put down your hand and you need to calculate again. And you need to adjust the coding. Your coding you need to add on to become able to calculate. So you can copy and then you calculate again. Can everyone do it? My Python is giving me errors now. So once you complete this, raise up your hand. If you cannot do it, you also can tell me. Don't just simply follow the answer that in the next slide, please. Everyone done this? Hello. Anyone not yet done? You have problem? Okay, so let me explain because no comments at all. I don't know you guys done or not. Yeah, hang. Go to this. Okay, so what you have to do is, okay, this is a program. My computer is very hang today. Sorry. Okay, so program to calculate area of rectangular. So you already learned before is calculate only area. But now I want you to add on. So this is what we call sequential. Remember last week we learned the flowchart and the pseudocode. We have sequential. Means after calculate one thing, you calculate another thing. After calculate another thing, you calculate another thing. Now you still have no option. No option means what? So you will calculate everything by sequence, by one. You cannot choose like this is a program to calculate area, perimeter, IXX, IYY, and so on. Which one you want to calculate? Number 1 area, number 2 perimeter, number 3 IXX, number 4 IYY. That one you can do also in the next chapter 5, not now. So that one is the control structure by using selection. But now up to this one, chapter 4 is only sequential, by sequence, one by one. So when you want to calculate area and perimeter, okay, so length and width is the same thing. You only ask length and width because you're using the same things to calculate, right? So after you get length and width, area is still the same, length and width. And then perimeter is length multiply 2 plus width multiply 2. So after you calculate these two, then you can round the area, round the perimeter, and then you print out the answer. Or either you can area and then round the area, perimeter, round the perimeter, and then you present the answer. Both are okay because you only need to round it after calculate it. You don't round it before the calculations because the Python read one by one from top to the bottom, one by one. Okay, so let's go for extra miles. Okay, change the calculation to calculate the width required for an area rectangular. So sometimes when you want to have a trick, like in the exam or what, they will give you area equal to length times width. But then the program is asking you what is the width if the user wants certain area. Let's say the user wants the area of a rectangular is 50 meter square. But then they have the specific length, let's say it's 10. So from 50 meter square and 10 meter, you can know that you need to calculate the width by using the area divided by length. So what you have to do is you need to reorganize this, become width equal to area over length. You got what I mean? So be careful with the equation provided. Not always what is listed at the left is the one that want to be found. Okay, so you need to read carefully what is the things that wanted. Okay, so what is the next slide? Tutorial. Last week I haven't asked you to calculate, right? This one no slide given yet. I already last time give you the slide of this, right? So last time not yet coding. You just do the flow chart, is it?
Yeah.
For this week, you need to do the flow chart. Not the flow chart, the coding. For how many shape you want? How many shape you want? You do a coding to calculate 2 shapes. Okay? You calculate the rectangular and then the triangular as tutorial. Okay, I think I will not go for other topic because it's quite long time. I cannot finish it and my internet today is really not giving me good cooperations. So I'm going to stop here. Next week we continue. But I want to, you guys, can you do these 2 shapes for the coding?
I will do my best, Doctor.
You want to do it take home or you want to do it now? No one want to answer me?
We will take home.
I know you want to take home. But then now, before I end this, I want to present a very, very short chapter 3 content first. I forgot to, not forgot, it's supposedly to present today, explain today. Just 7 slides, error and debug. I want to show you what is the common errors that you will face. We are only at 3:30. Still have time. Wait a minute. Let me open this. You see, my computer today is making me no mood to teach. Oh, it's just so slow, like an old nanny. Let me open the slide as presentation. Okay, so type of programming errors. I want to show you here what is the error you need to avoid and you need to be careful for your programs. Because when you do the take home, I cannot see you. Not everyone can do it like one time correctly. Sometimes you will spend time to correct the errors. Okay. So first one, okay, is syntax error or translation error. Number 2 is runtime error. Number 3 is logic error. So we have these 3 types of errors. Okay, so syntax error is each language has rule about how statements are to be done, to be structured. So an English sentence is structured by the grammar of the English language. So Python statements are also structured by the syntax of Python. So for example, you want to assign number equal to 5. As I said before in the slide, you cannot reverse it. So what is the variable must be at the left, and what is the things that want to be assigned, the data type must be at the right. So this one, don't make the mistake. Okay, syntax errors. Okay, translation error. The translator check for this error when a computer program is translated to machine language. Okay, so for example, misspelling. Okay, you're supposed to type print, P-R-I-N-T. You type P-R-I-M-T. So this one will cause you error. You need to type this, but accidentally you type wrong. Or either you need to type the lowercase, okay, the small capital of P. You type the uppercase. It's also wrong. You mistype it, misspelling it. Okay. Number 2, forgetting to match closing quotes or brackets to open quotes or brackets. So it is very common. You will left this quotation mark or you will left this bracket, and then it will cause your program to be error. So this is very common also, right? When you type. Using variable before they have been named, allocate in memories. Okay, so you type something wrong, and then the name is not being stored. Means sometimes you have had typing error like the weight, W-E-I-G-H-T. You type weight equal to something you call print, and then ask the user to key in. But then the next you key in the wrong one. You key in W-E-G-H-I-T. You miss the E. So means that you have that kind of errors. Okay, and then program names. This is just print num And then num is not defined. Okay, you want to print this. So this is another example, okay? You define the number after you print it. So this one, you supposedly number equal to 1, 2, 3, you need to define, and then you can call it out. Because the Python is from top to the bottom, you cannot call it before you name it. Okay, here you call it before you name it, cannot. Number 2, runtime errors occur as program is executing. It can be run. Syntax, no problems, no violation rules. But during execution, a serious error is encountered that causes the execution of the program to cease. With a language like Python, where translations occurs just before executions, interpreted, okay, the timing of when runtime errors appears won't seem different from a syntax error. Okay, so a common example for runtime errors is division by 0. Okay, what do you mean by division by 0? So let's say you key in two numbers, number 1 and number 2. Okay, and then number 2. Okay, so number 1 and number 2. So anything, what is keep going to another side? Okay, so input number 1 and number 2. So number 1 equal to number 2 over number 3, and you have 3 numbers here lah. So okay, key in number 1 and number 2, you will get 0.5. This one nothing error. Okay, but your time in number 1 is 1, number 2 is 0. Okay, 1 divided by 0 is infinity. Computer don't know the answer, so it will give you error. Okay, so this kind you can avoid by using later on the repetition. So it can help you to check the validation. So if let's say user accidentally key in the number is 0 for the division, so you will bounce back. Okay, you will bounce back, say this is error. Else it will occur like this error. Okay, runtime errors, because you will keep running and then don't know what is the value. Okay, so next. So logic errors. So the program has no syntax errors, no syntax problems. Everything is okay, but program runs from beginning to end with no runtime error, but the logic of the program is incorrect. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do and may produce an incorrect result. That's why I always ask you to have a test result, like you want to do like multiplication. 2 times 3, you know, is 6. If 2 times 3 is not coming out, the answer is 6, then it's having the logic errors. So for example, you can look at this. Print this program will calculate the area of rectangle. Length equal to input. Okay, enter length, width is enter width. But area here is length plus width. You type the wrong arithmetic operators here. Supposedly you use multiplication, right? Supposedly you need to use multiplication, this one. But you put this one. So for this, it becomes length plus width. Print area. So nothing errors. So no syntax error, no typing error. But then the answer become, okay, enter the length, enter the width. 3 times 4 supposedly is 12. But then the answer becomes 7 because you key in the wrong one. So let's say this one, you're not being checked the logic errors. And then you submit to me. You give it to the user. Then appear the wrong answer. So what do you think? Wrong, right? So cannot. So all these 3 errors are the errors you need to avoid. Okay. So basically, programming, you have these 3 errors to avoid lah. Okay. So that's it for today. And what you have to do is do the program for rectangular and triangular shape for 2. And then, but then you need to calculate OA, IH, A, IXX and IYY. Still use the same method where when you have hash3 means hash times hash times hash. For the next class, I will teach you on how to use the mathematical functions. Okay, I think today also you have a lot of inputs already. I don't want to proceed another chapter. But then when you have here, you don't have pi. Pi don't need first. So today you do these 2 first. And next week, I will check it. I will check it. You don't need to submit first, but you need to have this. Is it okay, everyone? Next week, I will check. I will check. Either you need to open your coding and show me. Is it okay?
Okay,
Sure.
doctor.
Okay. So
Okay,
class is
Doctor.
until here. Next week we are going
So,
to other
Doctor,
two
we don't have
topics.
to submit.
You
Like
don't
when
have to
we
submit. I will check it next class.
Okay, all right.
Next
Thank
class we are going into other two topics, which is operators, input and output statement and operator expression. We have another two, then we can finish this chapter 4. We still have a lot of time, so I don't want to rush so much.
Okay, Doctor.
Okay, so do these two, practice your programming skills. Okay, no need to submit, but next week I'm going to ask you to open and let me check.
Okay.
I'm serious, Okay, I'm serious. Okay, when I say don't need submit, then you don't want to do, is it? Or you guys want to submit? Anyone you want to submit, you can raise up your hand. You want to submit, you can raise up your hand. Okay, so class is ended here today. So happy fasting for those who are in fasting. Okay, so the rest, bye bye. You can rest the class and take a rest before you do this exercise.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
So
Thank
sorry
you,
for
Doctor.
today.
Right, thank you, Doctor.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Doctor. Bye bye.
Hello, Doctor.
Yes.
I just have a problem with my Python program. I just updated the last version, and when I am typing the code, I cannot run the cell.
Can you show me? Can you present your coding? Let me take a look.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Where's my...
Show me your coding.
Yeah, I just run like this. Enter like this.
No, you can't.
When I type like this and I make this run, so yeah, he's not doing nothing. Yeah, he's doing nothing.
Oh, it's different. You stop the kernel and run again. You press the stop button, the square button.
Square button. What?
There. After the run, you see on top. Here.
This one.
Next to it.
Okay.
You press this first.
Okay.
Okay. You see it's can run again.
This one or that one?
This one.
This one.
This one. The run done.
Okay.
Yeah. It's appeared.
Okay.
Try
Yeah.
the key value.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Key in any value. Try. 5.5 maybe.
So I enter the length.
Yeah, you can key in value. Any value, 5.5, let's say.
Okay. 1.5.
Enter.
Enter.
Wait. Enter maybe 1.3.
Okay. 1.3. Like that.
Enter.
Enter.
Yeah, you see, you count 2 decimal points.
Yes.
Okay, so that's it. Any other questions?
No. Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, well done.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.